Hey everyone, I have to say I'm pretty surprised I'm even making this video because I didn't realize, actually I didn't think I cared that much. And I guess after talking to some people at work and some friends about the state of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I guess I do care a lot more than I actually thought. And maybe it's because I didn't get to say my piece. I guess it's not fair to say I didn't get to say my piece. I wasn't doing YouTube when The Last Jedi came out because The Last Jedi was such a disaster. And I feel pretty much the way I did about The Last Jedi as I do with this, which is a lot of the parallels that are being made with this show compared to The Last Jedi because, well, they've taken Obi-Wan and they've just basically destroyed him. The show is an absolute disaster. The first episode is, it's like most of the stuff that comes out these days. It's not the worst thing ever. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's not the worst thing ever. It's passable, I guess. You hope it's going to go somewhere, and you fear that it's not going to go anywhere, and then it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not going to go do a episode by episode synopsis of this. I just think that this show basically just completely destroys Obi-Wan Kenobi. People have started calling him Jake Kenobi, John Kenobi, whatever, because it's just not him. And there's a lot of things that piss me off about this show, straight up. So I don't understand why every Disney Star Wars property, you have to take a character that is popular and strong and weaken them to the point where they're useless. They did it with Luke. He cut himself off from the Force, and now we've done it with Obi-Wan. He's cut himself off from the Force for some reason. Nobody can really explain to me why or how or why he's not doing Jedi things just because he's not in the Jedi Temple or fighting in a war. He has a charge. He has a thing he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be there when Luke comes of age to train him. How's he going to train him if he has no Force abilities at all because he's closed himself off to it? Right? So he's buried his lightsabers for some reason, which is just stupid again. People brought up, how's he going to find it in the desert? Of course he's not going to find it in the desert, but, people can call that nitpicky all you want. I don't care. That's not even the biggest problem with this show. You got a character that's acting completely out of the character that he should be acting, right? So, and then they weaken him, right? I'm sort of all over the place because it's just, I didn't realize I was so pissed off about this, and I just am. But they weaken him to the point that he's just completely useless. I don't know if you haven't watched all the episodes up to now. We're at episode 4. I don't think there's any way it's going to get any better. It's because each episode gets progressively worse. This poor girl that they cast as Leia, she's a cute little thing, okay? And I feel really bad for her because I can't think of his name right now, but I feel like she's going to get the same treatment that the kid they hired to play Anakin in The Phantom Menace. Maybe she can become a great actress, but right now it's not there. She's a little girl, and it's not fair to her. Okay, somebody cast her in a role that was too big for her. She needs more time acting. She needs more practice acting. It's just she's not seasoned enough to do it, and Leia comes off so horrible that it a lot of people said it, including myself. I would never thought I would hate Leia, but the writing has made her so snarky and a know-it-all, and she's 10, and all the BS chase scenes that they've had done, they're just not even like suspension of disbelief is out the window. Like half the time they can sit there, you're yelling at at least I'm yelling at the TV, grab her. She's right there. Whether it's Obi-Wan, who was within an arm's length and they had to cut away to freaking make her go on a run, or it's the bad guys, the bounty hunters in the first episode that went after her. They could have had her 8 or 9 times. And she's making all they're making The dialogue for her is so bad, so I don't even know if it's the actress's fault. The dialogue for her is so bad. They make it sound like she's this wise kid, and some of the things she's saying is like, no, that's not even smart. I don't understand why you're saying she's saying you're a smart little girl. Nothing that she said is smart. It's just snarky and being a smart ass and just being a know-it-all and being basically arrogant, and a spoiled little brat, which I understand why she would be that way. But that's not even the biggest problem with the show. Leia shouldn't even be in it. There should be no Leia. There should be no Leia. Right? I just want to, the elephant in the room for me is, okay, Bail Organa contacts Obi-Wan, right? We all know what Obi-Wan's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be watching over Luke, making sure he's okay. Right? Owen's already been threatened by an Inquisitor. She's going to kill his family. I'm not even going to touch her. I don't care. I don't like her. I'm not going to touch her. Okay, that's not the point of this video. I'm not going to touch that actress or the Inquisitors. I think the Inquisitors suck. I hate them. At least in the show, I hate them. But, so, Bail contacts Obi-Wan. He does the right thing at first and says no. And that should have been it. Okay? Obi-Wan should have been basically, she's your charge. You have a whole planet worth of resources. Plus, there's still a Senate. I think if you probably report it, because the Inquisitor is acting on her own behalf. Probably if you went to the Senate in the Empire and said, hey, my daughter's been captured, they'd probably find her. I mean, maybe I'm being naive. I don't know, right? I mean, they're still citizens of the Empire. They want order. They don't want kids being kidnapped off planets, I wouldn't think, right? On top of that, he's got his army. I don't have to go over it. Many, many, many YouTubers better than me have gone over all the resources the Bail Organa has to get Leia back, right? There's no... And the fear that it's going to come out that she's a Skywalker if people start searching for her is ridiculous. It's not like she's a secret baby they keep in her room. They know, everybody in the galaxy knows she exists. They know Bail Organa, the Organa family, has a princess that, well, for some reason they let slip that she's adopted and she's not an Organa. Well, that's on you, buddy. So that's your own fault for being stupid, okay? So that's your charge, Bail. The Organas are supposed to be looking after Leia. The fact that you can't do that is your failure. I, Ben Kenobi, not Obi-Wan anymore, Ben, am on the planet watching my charge, which is the boy. I am communing I am trying to commune with, which I don't believe after 10 years that he can't commune with Qui-Gon. Obviously, he's not trying that hard, right? So he can't commune with Qui-Gon, so I would think he would be doing a lot of meditating to try and figure that out, to figure out what steps he can take with Luke to not have another Vader happen, right? Maybe. So that could even be an interesting show. You follow Obi-Wan around, he's dealing with his past, he's trying to commune with Qui-Gon, dealing with some events with his past, dealing with Anakin and all that stuff, right? Maybe maybe he even finds a girl. I don't know, but you can do everyday life for Kenobi, right? I am of the strong opinion this show shouldn't even exist because I don't even know that show would be interesting. But it'd be a lot more interesting and believable than what we have here, right? At least in my opinion. Agree to disagree. But here is my biggest question. So, Obi-Wan decides, screw it, I'm going to go after Leia. Little arm twisting. It didn't take a whole lot. I'm going to go after Leia. Leaves the planet. And I haven't heard anybody ask this question, so I'm going to ask it here. Did Obi-Wan for a second, or even Bail Organa for a second, think about it? He's doing something quite dangerous, is he not? He's going after bounty hunters without any Jedi powers. He's cut off from the Force. So he's he's nothing, basically. I mean, what is he without? Come on, right? What is Obi-Wan Kenobi without his Jedi powers? Not much, okay? I'm sorry, it's the truth. So he's going, lightsaber in hand, into a universe looking for people with lightsabers. Smart there, Ben. but he leaves Tatooine to go find Leia. Greatly diminished Obi-Wan, right? So what happens if, in this quest to find Leia, Obi-Wan dies? What if Obi-Wan dies? Anybody? Have we thought about this? Oh, has Obi-Wan? Obviously, Obi-Wan hasn't thought. There is a real possibility he is going into the Lion's Den. He does it several times in the show. He goes into the frickin' Inquisitor stronghold, which nobody's ever been into before. Goes in and out and gets like, and that's a whole nother thing. Nobody's ever been there before, but the two people, one Jedi that can barely do Jedi things, and just some fake general of the Empire go in there, pull a girl out there, and just drive away. Also, I'm pretty sure when we came into the Inquisitor base, there was a whole bunch of TIE fighters in there. Were there not? There were TIE fighters hanging from the ceiling. Did they shoot them all? Like, they flew in with ships. I'm pretty sure they could load those TIE fighters up pretty quick and track them down and shoot them out of the frickin' sky. I'm pretty sure they could manage that. Or disable them. Or do whatever the hell they want. I'm not even talking about shielding the place. You have defenses. You have frickin' aircraft to go after them. And nobody does anything. That happens a million times in this. It's like action happens. Counter action happens to help them escape. And nobody pursues. Darth Vader won't go through a wall of fire or jump over a wall of fire. It's called force jump. They do it all the time. Won't do it to go after Obi-Wan. Vader won't do anything to pursue Obi-Wan. He just lets the injured Obi-Wan and General Chick walk away. Not going to pursue him. And by the way, somebody correct me if I'm wrong in chat. I don't know. But Leia and this spy are in a tunnel going to a transport, right? I believe I'm correct. Leia says, go get Obi-Wan. First of all, how's she going to know where the hell he is? How's she going to find him? Okay, put that aside, okay? Reva is pursuing them down the tunnel, is she not? At least she was. Was she not? Or did she just discover the tunnel and decide to turn back? I don't quite remember, because at this point I probably had a brain bleed and started falling asleep or having a stroke. But I'm pretty sure she comes down the hall, the cavern towards them. So General Chick doubles back. Leia goes forward. So my question is, and you probably figured it out. Now, if my order of events is wrong, or Reva did not pursue down the hallway, then obviously it's a moot point. But my point is if Reva's coming that way down the hallway, General Woman is coming that way down the hallway, how is General Chick getting around Reva and getting out of the cave to go save Obi-Wan? Which, of course, Obi-Wan needs saving because he's terrible. Right? Like, how does she get by her? And then, on top of all that, Reva must force sprint to get all the way around to discover the other side of the tunnel. Like, how does she know where the other side of the tunnel was? She's just there? Or did she run by Leia and the General Chick? She ran so fast that they didn't see her and she got to the end of the tunnel. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't think about these things at all. You go, anybody that has their brain actively working during these shows, you can't enjoy them because the things that are happening are so ridiculously stupid. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Sorry, I had a little segue there, but Obi-Wan is doing a lot of dangerous things, okay? What if he dies? He dies. Inquisitor gets him, Vader gets him, chops him in two, or tortures him to death. Or tortures him and pulls the information out of his head. Where have you been? What are you doing? Right? Since they can pull, whenever they feel like it, they can just pull information from people's skulls, I guess, right? Unless you're a 10-year-old girl, then you can't, right? But, what if he dies? what if Vader, well, obviously we know what happens if Vader, tortures them and pulls the information. Luke's either dead or dark side, right? But let's just go with the Obi-Wan doesn't give up Luke and he dies. Do you think Bail Organa is going to go take care of Luke? No. He obviously doesn't care. He already asked Ben to leave him. He obviously doesn't give two shits about Luke, because obviously Leia takes precedent in his mind, which she should. She's his daughter. But that's up to him to retrieve her, not to screw up what he's got going on, what Obi-Wan's got going on. But so obviously Bail Organa does not care two shits about Luke Skywalker, right? He is focused on Leia, which he should be. Obi-Wan should be focused on Luke, and he should have told Bail to fuck off. Insisted, fuck off. I've said no twice. Fuck off. I'm not leaving. The end. Show over. Yay. Everything is good. Yoda is off being a hermit, so Yoda's not going to take care of Luke. Yoda probably doesn't have any idea what the hell's going on. He's probably playing a wizard chest with frickin' Qui-Gon because they're talking to each other, right? So Obi-Wan goes, he dies. Nobody takes care of Luke. The secret of Luke being a Skywalker never comes out. The savior of the universe never trains, never becomes a Jedi, never finds out who his father is. Because Bail Organa didn't want to risk people finding out something that nobody should ever find out anyways, because he didn't want to send his army after him. And he was selfish. Right? I don't even know what to say. It's so disappointing. I wish they could figure out that you can have an interesting story with a powerful person. Okay? Even if they wanted to do some of these things, which I don't think they're great, but even if they wanted to do some of these things, having a fully powered Obi-Wan would only make it more interesting, because you'd have some more interesting fights. Reva could actually fight Obi-Wan, and they could have a lightsaber duel in a fight with I almost said the one power, a fight with the Force. You could have some more lightsaber duels. You could have some more fanfare. You could have some more spectacle. You could actually have a real Vader fight instead of the limp whatever the hell happened in that episode, and Darth Vader just lets him go. It's really sad that they don't understand that it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm so weak, I have to figure out my powers again and become strong again. He can be strong, and he can figure out a whole bunch of stuff and still have another hero's journey of some sort, if you want to go down that route. Still having all his Jedi powers. There's all kinds of conflict he can go through. Still being a full-fledged Jedi. Still being Obi-Wan Kenobi that we know and that we loved. This is Jake Kenobi, John Kenobi, Bob Kenobi, whatever you want to call him. This is not Obi-Wan Kenobi, just similar to we have Jake Skywalker, not Luke Skywalker. I'm probably going to watch the last two episodes because it's fun to rant and rave at work with some of my coworkers that how bad it is and how much they have destroyed poor Obi-Wan Kenobi and Leia. Let's be real. I don't know the little actress's name. I probably should have looked it up, but I feel really bad for her. She's a cute little thing. I hope she doesn't take it too personally that people don't like Leia in this show, because I think she needed a little bit more acting time to hone her craft. But shame on Disney, man. Shame on Disney. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. Leave a comment, share, like, and we'll catch you guys next time. One last thing before I go. I wanted to say, it's important that I say this. Anybody that's watched my channel, I have several children. Okay. I grew up with Star Wars. Okay. I grew up with Star Wars. I grew up with Wheel of Time, obviously. I grew up with Marvel. My kids know a lot about Wheel of Time. My oldest son, he's watched the new stuff. He's watched the original trilogy. He's watched the prequels, and he watched Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and that's it. He likes putting together the Legos, the Star Wars Legos, because frankly, the Star Wars Legos are cool. Most of them are, right? They're awesome. Some of the ships are fantastic. He's got TIE Fighters, he's got Star Destroyer, he's got ATST, he's got an AT-AT, right? He loves that stuff because those things are cool as hell, right? My daughter couldn't give a shit less. And my youngest son, if you said Star Wars, he'd probably say, "What is that?" Well, probably not that, because obviously, but he knows nothing about Star Wars because guess what? I don't have the heart to even invest any time into showing him any of it because I know where it ends up. And maybe eventually we'll watch some of the old stuff. If he's interested in it, we'll try it. But there's other things that are cool that he likes, that we would rather spend our time on. And same thing with Marvel right now. Marvel, the MCU was great. My kids watched a lot of MCU movies with me. Since we went to see No Way Home, since Infinity War, I don't know that we've watched a movie, show, or movie together. No Way Home being the exception. And it's just sad because my whole childhood, I grew up loving those things, and I don't want to. I don't want to share something that's been corrupted so bad with my children. I'd rather spend our time doing stuff that I love and that is good, and that we can laugh and have some smiles talking about, instead of me being angry about it and them going, "This doesn't make sense," which they do. My 15-year-old son is quite a genius. He thinks about these things too. If you've seen my interview with him about Wheel of Time, you probably know this. He is smart as a whip. So, Star Wars is dying because they don't know how to write and they're not paying respect to the characters we love. And it's a sad thing. And it would be nice if they figure out that what they're doing is killing their IP that they bought and spent money on. Same thing's happening to Marvel. I wish they would figure it out so we could get back to having some fun. Good old-fashioned fun content with good stories and great characters. That's all we want. So with that, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.